It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
though.
yes, qualifiers do tend to
10
take a long time,
seconds
Trent.
remaining.
Great observation. Thank you, Lear. You're welcome.
The thing that I will say about this though is that
5
I feel
seconds
like I really like the way that they've done these DIC qualifiers this time. No team has to play twice in the same day.
Reserve time.
Like they split it up so that there's only 2 best of 3s a day, and that means that you only have to prepare for your one game, which usually you're going to have at least 1 day notice before you have to play another one. So that to me is so cool, and it also means that you get to see all the matches that are going on simultaneously. The only ones that really overlapped is the second game from the CIS overlaps with the first game from EU, but nobody cares. It's fine.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, as I choke myself in some water here, we're good. Oh, I'm all over this Game 3 production. Only one more series. We'll see if I can manage to survive through it. But we were talking about what they were going to do in terms of sides and picks. And so, as we noticed previously, they got Slardar both games so far for Team Spirit. And that was because I believe the first time they chose Radiant, which gave
Radiant
Team Spirit
team
first
back.
pick. And then the second time, Team Spirit took first pick. So they got Radiant side from LQ. And that's how they just kept winding up with Slardar.
Right.
This time, not so much. Finally, LQ said, all right, enough of that. We're taking first pick. We don't want you just getting this Slardar for free. And so that forces Team Spirit to ban it
10
out. They don't want to hand that over to
seconds
LQ either. They feel it's too strong. And our Luna, who had been being banned out here,
5
we picked up here
seconds
by
remaining.
LQ, maybe ensuring that we don't get any Chen shenanigans early on here from Team Spirit.
Reserve
If
time.
if the Luna perhaps would make them feel comfortable enough to head in towards something like that. So instead, it's already some nice group up action happening from LQ with the Luna and the Dazzle.
Dire team back.
And Team Spirit even fearing the Alchemist now.
Wow.
Just saying, you saw Iceberg do it. We don't want to hand that over.
Well, that's really interesting because Team Spirit, I do believe, have the first pick out of this if the sides are all correct with the arrows, which I think it is. So they're wanting to
10
run something
seconds
different. They
remaining.
don't want to even sort of deal with that style of play. And is there
5
anything that really
seconds
sticks out to you
remaining.
that would fit well with their draft that they want to run? I mean, they run Luna a lot, so you'd think that they'd have a good answer to it as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Radiant team back.
I think with like that Alk ban, just the idea of having the final pick in that phase where LQ could like fourth pick Alk maybe, and then go for a ban that's really good up against it, and then get their final pick, or even just having it in the fifth pick too, where maybe Team Spirit won't see it. It's just best to get rid of it early,
10 seconds
where they,
remaining.
unless they can finally wait till the very end fifth pick, which is kind of unlikely for Team Spirit. You're
5
probably not going to
seconds
get it again
remaining.
anyway. But if they want to go up against this Luna, something like that
Dire
Alchemist
team
would have been
back.
kind of nice. A little bit of D push perhaps. The Chen is still in the pool, so Team Spirit leaving that option open for themselves as they have that first pick that you'd mentioned. I think that would be the ideal pick here if LQ don't ban it. I
Yeah.
think Chen creeps are fantastic up against
10
Luna, as
seconds
well as denying
remaining.
that out from LQ to have that same combo for themselves.
And with Darkseer Rubik already,
5
you give a
seconds
ton of
remaining.
ability to try and push out lanes and still be able to group up together as a 5-man unit,
Reserve
particularly if
time.
Darkseer gets into that quick mechanism. So yeah, I would love that pickup. And they're going to ban out the Ember. So thinking that
Radiant
that's going to be a
team
little bit more of a problem. Do they go for the Chen? What else might they end up going for?
Could still go back towards like a Sven-style draft, potentially, or at least keep that option open with the core, just someone to combo up with the Darkseer. And that would be a
10
vacuum
seconds
combo, though.
remaining.
We also still have the Iron Shell combination, which is a great reason to have our Ember Spirit banned
5
out, but we still
seconds
have like
remaining.
PA. We still have Juggernaut, would be super solid right now, I could see. They might be concerned about
Reserve
potential
time.
Terror Blades from LQ, which if they go for some sort of like a melee mid, there's the potential that LQ could punish with like a TB, but there he is. It's the
Dire
Chen man,
team
FNG. He gets his Slardar, he gets his Chen. I'm sure he's very happy right now.
You know, I'm not going to lie. If I am LQ right now, I feel like I would have maybe banned. Like, they spent a lot of time doing it, but every single time that they played Team Spirit previously, the previous
10
games that they
seconds
played,
remaining.
they lost to the Chen each and every time. And now in the final game decider,
5 seconds
they end up giving it
remaining.
back to them. It shows that they're bold. It shows that, like, if they're able to win here, props off to them. They've grown
Yeah.
throughout the tournament, and they're going to make it work.
It is tough, though. I mean, those creeps are so good against Luna. Just the Eclipse, one of those best fight-turning moments, can be totally obliterated because you have a bunch of Centaurs and
Radiant
Satyrs running
team
around.
pick.
And,
Yeah.
we will get a Bat Rider here, though. Shout out TK Phobos, by the way. I think he went deathless last game. He was like 1-0-17 or something.
Hmm.
Oh, and look who it is. It's our
Dire
Venge
team
Chen we talked about earlier today.
Yeah.
This combo's dope. And if you don't have the Luna, which they've used every time with the Chen, why don't we just get a different aura?
God, yeah, this is what they wanted to do, and what's
Man,
the
they
what
even picked a Bat. Oh, that's
10 seconds.
So I guess the plus side about having the bat on their own team is that he is great for high ground defense. You pull somebody out and you just find that immediate burst down. For LQ, what's the other hero that they need out of the support position to make this work for themselves? Like, I don't know. What's your read?
Well, we had the Enchantress before, and it's not awful. They have okay magic damage, but it's not very good. I wouldn't be super confident as an Enchantress here if I wanted to go in that support role to try and deal with these Chen creeps. Other than that, you could go for like a Midas sort of a hero. Could maybe go for a Pudge, but then you have to try and fish your way through the Chen creeps.
What about like Coddle or Witch Doctor? Is that? I don't know.
Witch Doctor is
10
possible. The only thing is maybe you're not going greedy enough with your 4.
Ooh.
Mirana's a perfect middle ground there. So we'll have the
Radiant
arrows up
team
against the creeps, and then she can actually scale herself up into the Aghanim Scepter without being just like a Witch Doctor or something like that doesn't really get that same momentum going for herself.
So you believe this is going to be that position for Mirana then? You don't think that they would take her?
I think it's there. Like the options there
Right.
for sure.
Because she also is pretty good at
5
Chen rotating in
seconds
towards her
remaining.
lane in the mid lane because she's got the survivability mechanism and a leap. Granted, you can run into
Resolve
issues now with the Dark Troll Summoner dropping down that net onto her, but that's one of just several creeps that could end up getting picked. So
I like her as a support this game. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it'll be.
okay, they're lacking on stuns. Maybe something to be slightly concerned about. They've basically got Batrider and Arrow at this point with sort of a Lucent Beam that can be something. If you're Team Spirit, can you try and take advantage of this with a certain pick for mid?
Well, it's definitely going to depend as to what LQ's is.
Yeah.
But you're right. Probably someone who can try and set up for a Chen. They banned the DK.
That makes
Dire
sense.
team pick.
I wonder if they will do that TB thing and send it mid. Yeah, it's kind of risky to pick the TB not knowing what your opponent is in the mid lane, but they have done the mid TB before, even without knowing what it was going to be. We'll have to see.
Scandal Shadow Fiend still in the pool as well.
10
It
seconds
might be a little bit
remaining.
tough against all this pressure, but Raze is obviously great at being able to.
5 seconds.
He just might just
remaining.
get ganked in the mid lane. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else are the really strong mids that we've been seeing. Invoker, Quas
Reserve
Wex.
time.
Whoa!
So it will be the
Radiant
mid
team
Mirana
pick.
then. And then our Undying is just... That's okay. Not a hero we see too often right now.
Do you like it?
It's okay. It's not... I don't know. He's alright.
10
Could
seconds.
I'm not wowed.
Could Spirit just like go something? I don't know, like
5 seconds.
feel like
remaining.
Weaver or Storm Spirit or any of those heroes, and they just can't lock them down. Wouldn't that be an issue?
Reserve time.
That would be pretty scary. They only have Lasso, and then maybe like a Fortunate Arrow.
Have to see what Team Spirit decide to go towards.
Timber would be pretty good.
Mm.
Be okay. The only thing is they have quite a bit of magic damage from LQ. There's not much physical you'd be negating, but at the same time, they don't have that control element.
I guess there's also Invoker that they could just go back for. Iceberg, very competent on that hero. What else does he really play? He used to play Tiny back in the day. I don't think we'd see that. What's good against Mirana?
In lane, it's more like you can basically get away with a lot of stuff. I feel like so if I see him run lane, I don't really want to beat her that bad. I don't really care. I just want to get a lot of farm, and something like an Alchemist or something, I would just like throw mid if he was still in the pool and be like, okay, well, it's unlikely this guy's gonna die. Should be okay.
Yeah.
DK would have been a good example of something like that too, where it's just adds a lot of element of push to your draft. Actually, could have like beat her up too, and oh geez, talk about beat him up.
God.
Okay, Team Spirit see a window.
Well,
And
here
they're
we
gonna
go.
smash right through it with a big green dream machine.
Into game number 3, LQ facing off against Team Spirit. Do or die time. One of these teams is going to be moving on to face Empire. The other one out of the DAC CIS qualifiers. Let's head into it. Bam, we're back. They haven't gone into the game yet, but yeah, very appropriate. Wow.
I think this Dazzle is just, I don't know, it's like he stumbled into the wrong draft or something. Just looking at him, just like, what is this Dazzle even gonna do this game? He like doesn't do anything. Like at
10
all.
seconds remaining.
The
That's
weave
true.
is not that effective. There's no one that really
5
abuses
seconds
Grave. Like
remaining.
there's I mean, yeah, it's still like an okay hero, and maybe you'll get a 6 save or something like that. But then there's all this like damage over time from the poison and from the ion shells. That are they even gonna live if you grave them? Can they get away? You don't have the most mobile heroes to even escape after. Maybe you like get a grave into a leap or something like that on Scandal, but there's no minus armor coming up from Side Team Spirit that you're negating. There's no one in lane that you really bully. They had an option to go back for something that was maybe a little bit more punishing towards a Darkseer, like a Disruptor or something.
Right.
But they felt more comfortable with the Dazzle, and it seems that they just did not, I'm guessing, get the heroes they were imagining this Dazzle comboing up with. I guess it's okay with Lolic, to be fair. I'll give that a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if they're able to get things done as much as they would want to. Certainly going to be a tough one for LQ, and I guess a lot of it to me depends upon. There's two things: is like this offlane of Funnick and Lolic, and then the combination of FNG and what he's capable of getting done around the map. And do you care to like remind everybody about how well he was playing this Chen before in the games against LQ?
Oh yeah, well, he played 2 games in a row, dominated, put a ton of pressure in the mid lane, and with a Viper, it's going to be even easier to do that. Just assuming that the Mirana's like widowed down and whittled down rather, and maybe you can widowed, just kill like your husband or something. I don't know. I feel like that would be like Luna or something, but I guess they are chilling on the same team, by the way.
Yeah.
The priestesses.
Yeah,
They're chilling.
What's Luna the priestess of?
I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. That's Call Slacks.
Oh.
He's the one in charge of this. I was just thinking
I'd
of that
rather
Dark
not,
Moon event.
but-
If only we actually had Invoker for Team Spirit, that would have been perfect. We would have had Dark Moon,
Yeah.
Invoker, and these two like, those arrows were actually brutal. I hated that round, but no, I think this game can. I don't think LQ's out of it. I don't think they've been like majorly outdrafted to some insane degree. I think that they can definitely snowball. We can see how this game could just, if it gets a little bit out of hand, we just start dumping some tombstones behind towers, and they don't have the best initiation early on in the game. for sure he was gonna live actually.
Oh, meanwhile, though, top lane, the dive continues. Man, that early point in pen, it's actually paying off pretty well.
Kill after kill up here.
my
And
God.
now as well, Blow Your Brain at least harassed pretty heavily.
Well, there's the magic missiles. Right clicks continuing. They almost find him if they want to. They
that
can throw
heal.
another shockwave in a second. We'll see if they're able to snipe it. Meanwhile, that is going to be a kill now onto FNG. They turn back around with Blow Your Brain. Can they kill them all off? Tombstone down, immediately going to be taken. It looks like, shockwave again, bringing Blow Your Brain low.
Oh, the jukes!
They're making it happen. They actually get out, at least for the moment. Another wave of terror is available.
There's another shockwave.
Van Score, they're going to bring him low. Can they get the kill? They do. Van Score is going to eventually be brought down as Scandal rotates, the longest gank in the world, but now Scandal in some trouble also. Forced to leap away. Man, the battle.
I think FNG hit like 3 double shockwaves during that fight. He also has 2 pairs of boots though, which is certainly an interesting situation. Am I bugged, or do you see 2 pairs of boots on FNG right
Yeah,
now?
he messed that up in all of the craziness.
It was probably when he was running through the side shop or something.
Yeah. I bet he bought him trying to get into the side shop and then accidentally, clicked it twice. I guess that's if you have that much gold that you can accidentally buy 2 pairs of boots.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a decent situation.
And almost have arcanes on top of that. God, he is so freaking farmed.
Maybe he's going tranquils and arcades. Save face, just buy 2 kinds of boots. Be like, no, it was on purpose, guys.
I could use the armor. Why not? Probably because it'd be terrible. But yeah, he definitely has 2 pairs of boots.
Dude, he's holding them. This is a strat. He's not selling them. Something's happening here.
Yeah. Maybe this is the new build. God, if he
We're
builds
just
tranquils
gonna
right
allow
now, I will lose my mind.
It's for the eventual boss.
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower
You know what? This is an investment.
There you go. Well, Blow Your Brain has been relegated back down to the bottom lane, and with 2 Ironwood branches and Aquila and boots of her own, it is a rough life. Look at the net worth right now. Down 4th from the bottom. 200 gold behind the Chen.
Yeah, that Chen, man. I mean, he was the condition. He was like, if this draft is going to work
Oh.
well.
Scandal rotates in. They're turning on Van Score. Are going to be able to bring him down. Fable doing a lot of damage to all these heroes. Funnick. Well, it's going to get chased. Ooh, nice dodge of the arrow. Is going to actually walk out from that one. BZZ. Heads up play. And FNG. 2 boots doesn't make you move faster, but looks like he is eventually going to be brought down. Scandal gets that kill as well. They want to fight this? All right, surging forward, Iceberg trying to bring down Scandal to get the ulti off. Right clicks coming through. No mana for a catch and run away with that leap. So they find another kill.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when that Iron Shell's on top of Iceberg, but nice use of the stun. And there you go. Another lift back as well into Funnick, trying to get the high ground, but not going to make it in time.
So great start for Team Spirit. 3,000 gold lead. The tier 1 tower down in the top lane. And honestly, it's, again, just been all off the back of this FNG Chen. He's been having a great game. I guess also pretty good rotations that came in at various points. Like the Viper going top, that saved what could have been a pretty bad little moment there.
Yeah, that's a good heads up play from him too there from Iceberg. As he's going to get that helm. That is not a Midas queued up, just in case you were worried. It will just be an extra aura to add in here. So I'm sure a BZZ likely going to head into 1-2 if he doesn't already have part of it. And not quite yet, just get some raindrops for himself. But there's no brakes on this train.
Yeah, they keep the pressure going, and this is one of the problems that we were thinking about in the draft. Like, how much do they actually have counter push? And not a ton. Well, they're going to pop the drums now. Funnick trying to get him. Oh, no. The surge away. Turns eyes onto DK Phobos. Vacuumed away the magic missile as well. And those 2 heroes managed to escape away from that Bat Rider. That is so frustrating.
Yeah, it's not often we get the first item boots, or rather drum anymore. Like, everyone's kind of back onto the Blink train, but this is a great game for it. He knows there's going to be a lot of 5v5 Dota. The aura's going to do a ton of work. And as well as the fact that if he blinks onto someone, like, is that really going to make the big difference in these fights? Like, can his team capitalize on it right now at this moment? He's the most farmed hero on his team. And generally sinking all of that money into just that mobility item and no stats to help yourself or your team out, probably not going to work out too well in your favor.
God, they need to be able to hold off this push, but simultaneously, like, you have to get these levels up. I mean, looking at them across the board, Your Mirana is currently level 6. So low level. She needs to be able to be that damage dealer in these fights. Obviously not going to be able to get towards an Ags anytime soon, but that's the eventual goal. They're just so far ahead right now on Team Spirit, even though they've been 5-manning.
And it continues here. DD rune. This tower's gone. Moloch's even being pinged. Chen's hunting.
Oh, God. Swap in Sunlight. He's out of there, and they have the Tombstone. It's only level... Well, it's actually up to level 3 at this point, so it's going to take a little while. Hand of God comes out. BZZ, have they overextended? They get the vacuum onto several. DK Phobos is there, though. Too much freaking damage coming out from that Ion Shell, and Lolic. No more Tombstone, no more spells, really. He's going to go down as well. Oh, God, a hell of a rough game right now for LQ. They lose 3. They're going to lose their tier 2 tower as well. They just don't have an answer.
You knew this game was going to go this way. Like, whichever team, one way or the other, this is the kind of stuff that you're looking at with these kind of drafts. Just the insane snowball that can mount and just continue for you is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe there's only 2 tier 2s left. 10.5 minutes in. Tower's being obliterated here.
And, I mean, Blow Your Brain has the ulti now with Eclipse, but it's also one of those things where in this game, is that really what you need? You've got so many creeps that are going to be tanking up that damage, and not to mention if they wanted to, you're also going to have the Rubik here who's got 1 point up in no field, so 10% magic resistance on top of everything else. Such a tough game for them.
I'm so sad right now. FNG sold his boots.
Oh, no.
They're gone, man. He did it.
Yeah.
He finally ditched it. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, like, if you're LQ, again, Team Spirit beat you with this lineup. Not exactly this lineup, but very similar to this lineup 2 times in a row. You ban it out previously, and I don't know, do you think that it was worth it to not ban out the Chen in this instance? Like, what was it that they gave up in the end again? They gave up the Slardar? Is that right?
No, it was the second phase Chen, so...
The Ember,
just,
that's what it was.
Yeah, they banned the Ember in. Yeah.
Roche goes down. Certainly still capable of taking these fights, but it's going to be a tough one.
Radiant structures are
All these creeps just being so impossible.
God, Scandal. So scary.
What do you
They know he went in the trees.
He has 1 point in leap, that's it. Van score.
7. That was sad.
Could go for the arrow, pump faking it, looking for it. They're able to pull back 1. That's BZZ now up on the high ground, but can't actually get down from here again with the swap. Is going to be able to get out. Lolic trying to stay alive. Not going to happen, though, and they're going to be able to run down Funnick. Possibly not going to actually happen there. DK Phobos vacuums, breaks the TP of Scandal. He has the wand charges, but not just doing anywhere near enough damage, and he's going to get ran down here again. Team Spirit taking no prisoners.
And it's been a lot of the same story for most of this game. Yeah, we kind of allude to it earlier, but like comeback potential, not much. You have to look towards that Agnum Scepter on the Mirana, probably being the best choice. Some sort of split push action. But look at Blow Your Brain's just trying to like push a creep camp or creeps mid, and he just has to run. Yeah. Even with Funnick nearby, it just does not matter at all. Iceberg just dumps an ulti on you, and life is essentially over. So back home for Blow Your Brain. Not going to be immediately available in the top lane. Plenty of creeps coming through. Some great auras being provided from FNG. And BZ's even just building into a pipe. Not going for his own helm, as he's going to get one of his mid laner in the Viper.
Yeah.
Just another aura to stack. Their auras are just unreal right now.
They can just end the game. They know it. There's nothing that they can really do to stop it at this point. And I mean, like at this point, it almost feels like it's not even worth it to buy wards anymore. Sunlight has 4 of them. You know where they're going to be. It doesn't really matter that much. And well, pressure. Funnick going to try and pull the creep wave past double catapults as well, because why not triple catapults? All right, fine.
All right, well done. I like it.
God damn.
Send them up to the high ground.
Yeah. All of them there, doing the work that they need them to.
Wow, this is pretty great. All right, well done, FNG.
They don't even care. FNG, like, he hasn't even gone for the other creeps troll. He has the frost troll and all the catapults.
They can't initiate. They just have nothing. Look at all these sentries they're plopping down from the raiding side, too. Like, there's a couple from the Dire, but it's just like their only initiation is Moonlight Shadow. So we just buy sentries here, sentry here, sentry here. What are they going to do?
Well, trying anything that they can. They have the tombstone down with some sticky. Oh, God, vacuum wall onto 4. This is really, really bad. They throw out the Eclipse. It's not going to do anything. They swap back in Sunlight. GG, well played at 14 minutes. And LQ are going to be eliminated from the CIS qualifiers for DAC.
Don't doubt the FNG Chen. I think, I mean, overall, just the whole lineup was good. It was just a battle of this giant Team Aura versus Team Aura. Maybe hoping that the Bat Rider and the lassos would be enough, but I just not really feeling it that game. Not feeling the draft from LQ nearly as much as the one from Team Spirit, and just overall the play too. I don't know. It was kind of brutal.
Yeah.
It was going to go that way for